Hello, good evening. My name is Reverend Ubamadu. I'm the chairman for PFN Lagos Island Province. And by Lagos Island, we cover the territory from Lagos Island, all the localities in Lagos Island, then down to Obalende, and then Ikoyi, Victoria Island, Oniru, and Lekki Phase 1. So that's where we cover. And I'm also the zonal coordinator for Church of God Mission, Victoria Island Zone. So our churches on the whole of the peninsula, all the way from Lagos Island to Ekwe, also reports by God's grace to my office. At this PFN province, we took leadership in September last year. It's a new province, just about 2-3 years old. I was privileged to serve in the first ESCO as a treasurer. And then when that ESCO's tenure was over, I was asked to take up the leadership of the province. So I've been the province chairman now for the past 1 year. This month makes it 1 year. So, and it's been an exciting time. What we have tried to do in the last 1 year has been to deepen the reach of PFN in this locality that I've mentioned, this province. We think that the way to really make an impact is to have many churches come into the fold. Of course, we all know that PFN is an umbrella body, and the bigger the umbrella, the more the relevance, the more the impact, the more the reach, and so our focus as an executive has actually been to establish chapters. We have a few new chapters coming up. We had some chapters in the past, but they were not functioning very well. So we had to dissolve some of them, merge some of them, and so we are just like starting afresh to try to make PFN relevant, in the province, within the churches under this coverage area, so that the gospel also would be felt. By reason of programs, in the last few months, we started with a major school outreach. We looked at our locality and asked ourselves which are the biggest government schools within Lagos Island Province. And we picked the junior secondary school at Victoria Island, Kuramo Junior Secondary School. And we had an outreach there to over 300 students. We provided them notebooks, to start the new term. So that was one of the things we did. And then we also went to the senior side, which is not in the same place, somewhere else, Kuramu Senior Secondary School. And we repeated the same outreach, and we were able to reach about 300 students as well with notebooks, and things that would help them. Branded notebooks, of course, with PFN written on it, and all of that, so that these students can get something and they know that it is from the church, it's from PFN. Then also we had a province-wide crusade sometime in May. The states asked all the provinces to organize a statewide crusade at province level. And so we picked Obalende as the location for our provincial crusade that held sometime around May. And we chose Lagos, Obalende. We chose Obalende bus stop at the middle of it, because we saw it as a transit point, people coming in and going out. And we were able to have about 400 to 500 people in attendance at that crusade. And we ministered and, of course, led people to Christ. About 30 people gave their life to Christ at that crusade. And we sent them to all the churches in that locality for follow-up, which they are still doing. Then also, we didn't just go with the gospel. We also went with food. And we were able to feed over 100 of the people who came that night. We fed them, and they were very happy. It was an exciting outing. And till today, we are still very grateful to God that we had that crusade at that time, because it really touched a lot of people. For the medical and welfare outreaches that we have done through some of our churches in Oniru particularly, usually the numbers are between let's say 100, between 50 and 100, people, like the last one we had was in April during Easter, where we provided foodstuff, money, clothing, books, and all of that to families. We do that from time to time just to try to make an impact in the local environment where we see ourselves, because we believe that the gospel has to be relevant. It has to be relevant. While people are preparing to go to heaven, they are not ready to go there dying of hunger, and a lot of people are hungry these days. So we chose those methods to be able to alleviate the sufferings of our host communities, around where we find ourselves. Being the chairman, I must be honest, initially I was a little bit, because my hands are full as a zonal coordinator in my own ministry, but one of the things that made me accept the responsibility was when I saw the caliber of leadership at the state level, and I felt, okay, I can work with these persons, and I think that they have great ideas that resonates with my personal understanding and inclination to ministry, and so we did that. And to be honest with you, it's been a humbling experience. Yes, tough, because it's a new province and not many things are in place, but it's been humbling to see that there are more and more people are coming to understand what the new dawn means. More and more people are beginning to understand that the church needs to be relevant. More and more people are beginning to understand that we need to change the way we do things. So that part of it has been quite encouraging for me, and honestly it's humbling, because I know that there are a lot more people that perhaps can do even better jobs. So if God's asking me to do it, that means He believes in me, and for me that's quite a humbling experience each time that I have the opportunity to serve His people and to lead the church in Lagos Island Province. I want to thank you, and I want to believe that you will work with us. You will work with us at Lagos Island Province. There's a lot to be done. There's a lot of territories to conquer. There's a lot of impact to be made. As long as we keep our eyes on what Jesus called us to do, not to build thrones for ourselves, not to make names for ourselves, but to make an impact. And that's what the New Dawn represents. So I expect you to partner with us to make PFN Lagos Island great. God bless you.